things over to Jonah Gilmore, live in Slidell, and you are at a shelter. How many people are out there at the shelter right now? Jonah?
Well, Sala, no one is at the shelter right now, but they are preparing to accept people and pets. This is one of the few shelters that is taking pets along with their owners right now. We're joined by St. Tammany Parish Councilman David Kugel right now. Mr. Kugel, this place is set up to accommodate a little over 50 people, you tell me, right?
Well, I think they're setting up 50 cots. There are right now, my understanding is 3 different facilities or shelters, but I think they might end up consolidating based on just need and requirements. One of the things with this particular one, as you mentioned, is they are going to have a pet facility as well, so people can bring their pets as well. I represent up and down Military Road, Highway 41. So a lot of the damage I've seen is more near south from here, particularly Honey Island Elementary. You can see a lot of the trees are down there as well. A lot of people lost power, but I think the parish is acting as quickly as possible. City of Slidell's also got hit pretty bad. I think they're also, all hands on deck to deal with this.
And that's critical. You just said all hands on deck. Talk about their response. It seems like everyone has just jumped in and just got to work right away.
Absolutely. I've been on text. I've been in joining text message groups all morning between the council, other officials, just like what's needed where, just making sure everybody gets what's needed. State police have even. I was also told the state police want to see if they can help as well. Baton Rouge is following. The Speaker of the House is following. The Speaker of the state legislature. But we'll see. I think we're going to take care of business. A lot of people, as mentioned, lost power. I lost power. So there are going to be people losing food, probably as well if the power doesn't go on. I think it's going to be, if you see some of the damage, some of the areas I've seen, I think it might be a couple days at least for people to get their power back.
And we want to quickly touch on those pets. We have Robert Bremen here right now. Talk about this unit we have behind us.
Absolutely. So this is our parish's adoption trailer. That's what we call it, but it's also a multi-purpose unit. We use it during emergency events just like this to house the pets of the people coming into the shelter. We have a couple staff on hand right here. We can house comfortably 28 animals in this air-conditioned unit. If we had more than that, then we could work something out. We have plenty of crates and whatnot and what have you to make sure that pets can be brought with you and not left at devastated homes without fencing possibly, to go and run the streets and whatnot and what have you. So we're prepared. We're here. We're with you guys. St. Tammany has been showing up in droves, so I'm really proud of my community, and we're here to help.
Gotcha. And you did tell me that they do accept both large and small animals. They said you can bring your food, but if you can't bring that food with you, they have some food on site here. We'll be here at the shelters to monitor if people come in or not. We'll have the latest for you on air and online. We're live from Creekside Junior High School. Jonah Gilmore, WDSU News.